Hello. Oh, here, put it away. Hi, here I am. Welcome back to You Can Create Arts. Today we're going to be working on a level 2 project for printmaking. Level 2, remember, is intermediate, so your middle school, your high school, really anybody that has some patience and dexterity can do this. So we are printmaking with this round of projects. Printmaking. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to need. You're going to need some paper for your prints. You will need foam trays. I think you're probably going to need about 4 or 5. We'll kind of experiment and see what works best. I got a whole bunch of these suckers at guess where? That's right, the Dollar Tree. Hey, if you don't have foam trays, foam plates will work. Just, you want some foam, you want a flat foam surface. That's important. Paper isn't going to work here. Needs to be foam, okay? You will need some paint. I'm going to be using some tempera. My palette here is kind of sloppy already. This is left over from filming my level 1. So if you're curious, I'll put the link to that in the description. You can check it out. Acrylic works fine. I just happen to have my tempera out and ready. A way to apply said paint to your print. And of course, a pencil or a pen. Your pencil, this is important, needs to be dull-ish. If it's too sharp, you might end up puncturing your styrofoam. So a ballpoint pen might work here too. So we'll kind of experiment and see which one works best for us. All right, let's get started. So when you begin making your art, it's important to decide what you want to make your print of. You've got a couple of options here. If you are one who likes to draw and feels confident in your drawing skills, you can certainly draw something on paper first. You want to consider the size of your foam, and you can draw something out. Like I've drawn this little kitty cat here, all right? And he's cute and stuff, but I want to show you how you can use a photograph for this if you are not as confident in your drawing skills. So let's put little kitty cat aside. I might come back to him later. So what I have here is a printout on my wonderful quality printer of one of my art pieces that I sell on my art page. Hello! I'm going to just narrow down the part that I want to put in the print. It's going to outline with a marker the part that I want on the print. Now she's just outlined what I want to make my print of. All right, now I'm going to rest my image inside. I might even tape it down. If you like my print and you're interested to see what else I've got, I'll put a link to my art page in the description. And you can check out the other kinds of earrings and charms I have. I'm wearing my cupcakes today. Cupcakes, yum, yum, yum. Okay, so now here comes the neat part. So I'm tracing over my lines here, and I can feel my styrofoam crunching underneath. That's good. We want that. All right, so make sure that you're pressing hard enough to crunch it.
Basically, what I'm doing here is tracing over the lines in order to make an impression on the styrofoam. And that impression will become a guide for trimming out the print and then any details within the print itself. If you wanted to use a picture from a magazine, you could do it the same way that I did with the picture of Olive, my ostrich. You could just trim it down to fit your surface, attach it, and then trace over the parts that you want to be in your print.
And I should see a very rough, crude outline of that. You see her? Can you see her? Yeah, there she is. And that's enough. Can make my lines a little bit stronger if I wanted to, because this is going to tell me where to do some cutting. I'm worried about cutting in small areas. Whoops, pardon me. And you can just keep doing that until it finally cuts through. It's not as clean as scissors, but it works. Go ahead and go back over these lines because I really want to make an impression, and a good one, of course, in my styrofoam. Here where I have this cut out and the handle, I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm just going to press it down with my pen. Oh look, now my pen has decided to work so I can see what I'm doing. Thank you, sir. Okay, same thing in her little mouth. I'm not trying to cut the mouth out, just press it down. Now, next, I need several of these for my print, because right now this is really thin. It'd be very difficult to print. So I'm just going to repeat. Use my pen, trace around it. I'm not worried about the detail on the inside, just, oops, hold still. Just the outside shapes. I need about 4 of these. So this does take a little bit of time. Alright, so I've got 3 of these. I think that's going to be enough. Now, as I continue tracing, the traces got sloppier and sloppier and aren't exact to the original, but that's okay. Because really, what the traces are doing is just helping to give the print some depth. So, take a tray. I'm going to use the back side. It's just like a natural handle. This one right here with the detailing on the face, that one goes on the very top. So we're going to put that aside. I'm going to use, let's see, the sloppier one on the bottom. Oh, they're both pretty sloppy. How about the 10? So this one I will lay down first. You know, to be honest, I'm not sure how well this glue stick is going to work. I know hot glue would melt my styrofoam, so I'm not going to do that. It doesn't have to be glued together forever, just for a few minutes. What might help that stick is to let the glue get just a bit tacky. Let's throw this one down first. Center it as best I can. Don't want to press too hard and then crack my tray, but just, I guess I can always turn it over and go push. Make sure it's stuck down real good. Seems to be working. And I'm going to set this second one right on top. It does not have to be lined up perfect, but I want it pretty close. Set that down on top. And then finally, olive, hey girl, it's going to go on the top. Turn that over. Now, since these are all trying to curve a little bit, I'm going to throw this big old heavy tempera paint bottle in there. I'll throw a couple in there. I'm going to give this glue a few minutes to dry. Alright, I've just removed my giant jugs of paint. Don't know that she's stuck down completely, but she's stuck down enough to make this work for the next step. I've got my details kind of carved out, you can see, with the pen, kind of creating dents where I want that detail to be. Now it's time to apply paint. I'm just going to use white paper for my print. Any color paper will work. You can use this print multiple times if you'd like with different color schemes, kind of Andy Warhol it if you want. I'm folding this in half. I want to create two spaces. I'm going to do two different color schemes with the same print. Got my tempera paint. Again, acrylic works here, but I just happen to have some tempera ready. Applying some yellow paint up here with my sponge brush. I don't want too much. I don't need too much. Just enough. Kind of getting a little blendy in the middle. Okay. I like this purple on the coffee cup. Get that straw in there. Okay, now we're going to get our friend the pencil back. We're going to ever so lightly drag it through those dents to pull the paint out of it. Because that's where I want negative space to be in my print. And we'll see if that works. Line her up on my space. Press down, don't have to press so hard. There she is. That's cool. From purple down. Press slightly, just enough to get my. Well, she looks cool. I like it. So I think she looks great on this white paper. I could use construction paper. BRB. Look, I tried her on construction paper with just white. And now this, I used acrylic paint. This is a little bit thicker, not as translucent or thin as tempera paint can be. I really like this. I think out of all the prints, this one is probably my favorite, but I don't hate my other olives either. You know what? Ooh, all right, idea. Ta-da! I love it. Love these prints. Love that they're all the same, but I can change the color scheme. And I can keep this stamp for as long as the styrofoam lasts without getting chewed up by, I don't know, some small furry creatures that live in this house. There you have it. Print making with styrofoam. Hope you had a good time and learned some cool print make tips. And I will see you next time for our level 3. It is sure to be awesome. Bye.